If you're a guy, don't sleep on Uniqlo's women's section when it comes down to pants, jeans, or trousers. It has become one of my top choices to go to when I'm shopping for new pants, especially since lately I've been adopting more of like the wide-legged look and into my style. And I feel like this is where Uniqlo's women's section really shines, not just because of how the pants themselves look, but also how affordable they could be. Now, I've been gravitating towards the wide leg look lately because I think A, it fits my style and body proportions much better. I have wider shoulders, so I think it's a better offset and complement to wear wide-legged pants than, say, wearing slim or skinny fits. Also, I've come to realize that I will never achieve that heady boy look because that's just not how my body is built. Now, I also, B, feel much more relaxed and comfortable wearing looser fits, wide-legged fits. But a note that I would say is if you are used to wearing slim or skinny fits for a long time, wearing wider fits or looser fits might feel a little too bulky for you. So that's an adjustment that you have to make and get used to. So why Uniqlo's women's pants? Well, women's clothing in general tend to be cheaper than a comparable item that you'd find in the men's section, i.e. pants. Also, pair that with how affordable Uniqlo tend to price their items, I think it's a great choice. Also, technically, I think all of the pants that I'm showing in this video are unisex. It's just so happened that Uniqlo categorizes them in the women's section in both the stores and the website, but I think essentially they're unisex. Also, this is not a sponsored video. I am a nobody, so these are just purely my thoughts and opinions. With all of that said, let's check out the lineup. First up are the pleated wide pants that I got in a size large. I usually wear a size 32 in men's, so this one I got a size large in a check pattern. I feel like these are the perfect entry point when you're starting to explore that wide leg pants look. They're not extremely wide, they're not too bulky, so I think there's a perfect first pair to pick up. They also fit a much more dressier and smarter look. Here it is paired with an Abercrombie crop tee. I chopped the sleeves a little bit, make them a little shorter. The boots are from Red Wing, the Iron Rangers. And then the bag is a crossbody bag from Zara. Very, very nice soft leather. I use it to carry all of my stuff nowadays instead of carrying them in my pockets. And then, yeah, it's a very, very useful bag. Now for this next fit, I am wearing an even shorter crop. It's a brand in the Philippines called Smith. I just love the juxtaposition between the longer sleeves and the shorter crop here. Very, very interesting proportions that I think complements my body really well. Now here you can tell how wide my back and shoulders are. So this is what I was talking about, where I think it's better for me to be sporting wider fits in terms of pants instead of sporting a slim or skinny kind of like silhouette. You know what this look reminds me of is Yusuke from the anime Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know, maybe it's the combination of the crop t-shirt with the pants and yeah, I don't know, the overall look. This look even more so after switching out the boots to the Jodhpur boots from Thursday Boot Company. By the way, review coming soon for those boots. The bag is the leather tote bag from Zara again. This look is just overall a nice casual yet smart kind of look. Perfect for just running around town, running some errands without looking kind of sloppy. Yeah, love this look actually. Next up, we have the Linen Blend Easy Pants. I got these in a size large as well. They're perfect for hot climate or the summer. I would say they are also a great way to get into that wide leg look, especially if you're not yet ready to sport those kind of like extremely wide cuts. If you're picking up the lighter shade of these pants, pair them with a lighter shade of underwear as well. Here they are with a Uniqlo ribbed tank top. The mesh shirt is from Banana Republic. And for the footwear, we've got Aldo clogs. Basically, they're the Birkenstock Boston ripoffs. Now we switch over to the black version of the tank top. The fisherman sandals are from Aldo's as well. And then here we've got an embroidered shirt from SM Youth. Now these are the navy blue version of the linen blend pants paired with a top from Hollister. The fisherman sandals are again from Aldo's. This look is just perfect for hot climate or weather, just walking around and if you want to stay cool. Now next up are probably one of my favorite pairs of jeans as of lately. These are the drapey wide flare jeans. I got these in a 30-inch waist, but they still feel just a little bit too big. Not sure why that is. Also, since the leg opening is extremely wide, I wouldn't recommend these as your first pair of wide leg trousers or pants or jeans, especially if you're not used to that silhouette, the wide leg silhouette. The denim is extremely thin, so don't be roughhousing on these expecting the jeans to escape, unscathed. Also, since there's a lot of material for that extremely wide leg opening, expect to be stepping on these when you're walking around once in a while. Okay, so this is probably the combination that I've been spamming a lot lately for the past few months. The jeans are in the light gray wash, pairing this with the Abercrombie crop tee, and then for the footwear, I'm just using the Aldo clogs. The bag is the crossbody bag, again from Zara. This is probably what I tend to look like when I'm going out and just like doing something, running some errands. But yeah, been spamming this look a lot lately and I feel comfortable in it. Now here are the jeans in a dark blue wash paired with a white Uniqlo Arism shirt, and then the footwear are just low profile sneakers from Veja. I haven't really been sporting this look as much. Like I said, I've been spamming that other look way too much, but I do like how this feels very casual, very easygoing, and just simple. And then these are just me throwing on a chore coat from a brand called And Sons. Now these are the jeans in the light blue wash. This one, I'm pairing it with a white Uniqlo rib tank top. And then the chore coat again is from And Sons. I don't know why, but this is giving me a 70s mechanic vibe for some reason, but I actually really dig it. I don't know why. And then for this one, I'm just pairing it with a brown chore coat again. This one is from Muji. That patch I added, that's from a brand called Deus Ex. By the way, side note, I'm working on a video that talks about my obsession with chore coats. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with them and I have a whole bunch of them. So that video is coming out soon. Next up, we have the wide leg sweatpants. I got these in a size medium. I sized down since I wanted them to be a little shorter since I'm using them as my gym sweats as well. Since they have a very flowy and lighter material compared to the men's version of the wide leg sweatpants, these are perfect not just for exercising, but also for plane travel as well. These are going to be my go-to for traveling on a plane. That said, if you're picking these up in the light gray color, I would say that they might be a little too revealing sometimes, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is my typical getup when I go to the gym. Just a simple tank top, sweatpants, and my high-cut Chuck Taylors. These are actually the Skateboarding Pro model Chucks. Now these are the men's version of the wide sweatpants. The leg opening is not as wide. It's also much heavier in material compared to the women's version, as seen here again. As you can tell, the leg opening is much wider than the men's version. It's also lighter, much more flowy. I prefer doing exercises with these. Now here they are in black. These are probably my favorite colors for these sweatpants. I've also recently just picked up the brown color that they released, but the black ones are probably my favorite pair. Like I said, this is probably going to be my getup for traveling on a plane. Just a simple shirt, sweats, and clogs just to make the trip through security easy and just feel very relaxed while on the plane. But yeah, really prefer this getup right here. Now this last pair are the pleated white pants in tweed. I got these in a size 10, but I'm gonna say it from the get-go. These are not the pair of pants that I would recommend as your first pair, especially if you're just trying to get into that wide leg look. They have an extremely wide leg opening, so if you're not used to that look, these are not the pants I would go for. which is probably good because I think they stopped selling these. With that said, I think it's good to sometimes push through your comfort zone and see if you can find something that you'd look good in that you've never thought of trying before. Now for these pants, they are in tweed, so they could be a little warm. I wouldn't recommend wearing these during the summertime or in warmer climates. With the right pairing, it could get you that smart yet quirky look and style. Honestly, these are one of my favorite pair of pants. Okay, so for this fit, I try not to overcomplicate it since the pants themselves could be a little overbearing. So just keeping it simple up top, just an Abercrombie crop tee. The boots, again, are just the Iron Rangers. The tote bag is a leather tote bag that I picked up from Amazon. Tied a yellow bandana to it, gave it a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more pop of color. But yeah, pretty simple, good to go. So that's the list. I hope you found something here that's valuable and helpful. You might have been trying to get into that wide leg, loose fit look lately, but before you break the bank splurging on other brands, maybe try something out from this list, from the Uniqlo women's section, and who knows, you might find something that you really like. With that said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.